What's up, everybody? It's SupaSP here. I want to talk about ban list stuff, but before we get into that, shout out to all 400 of you that watched this video. This is my budget deck, $30 Trishula build. I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate it. We're at 40 subs now, and 400 views is so much more than I thought that this video was going to get to. So thank you very much. If we hit that 15 likes, I am going to do the updated deck, do some tweaks on it, and I plan on getting a new camera just to do all of these deck lists with you, show off some of my collection, and I don't know, maybe when I hit 100 subs, maybe we'll do a collection show off of some kind. I'll show off what I have at this moment built in terms of decks, and I'll show off a couple of my binders, but I just wanted to give some thanks out there, because I do greatly appreciate it. My Twitch is at almost 1,000 followers. You guys are absolutely killing us. Thank you so much, and let's get right into this ban list talk. So we haven't gotten our ban list yet. We're in March. Where is it? March 1st. Hello? It is the 2nd. It is the 2nd right now. Where are you? Nobody knows. So we created our own. And I'm pretty happy with this ban list, actually. A lot of stuff didn't change. I'll be honest. Everyone wants Electromite. I just don't see Konami doing it. Maybe they will. Me, personally, I just do not see Electromite coming off the ban list. So, let's get right into this. Banning. We are going to ban LP. LP. You're like, why are you banning LP? I'll tell you why. Because they can't create new cards. How are they going to create new dragon cards if they're always thinking about, oh shit, well, we created LP? They're not going to be able to. They're always going to have this looming fear behind their head that can LP abuse this and can we release this while LP exists. If they just get rid of LP, the Guard Dragon engine is now gone. Agar Payne is joined by his little brother, and then eventually their nephew Pisty. I don't think Pisty will ever go, actually. Pisty will probably always stay until some type of graveyard dragon comes around that just ruins Pisty for everyone else. But I say we get rid of LP, just good riddance. Dragon Link can already play without it. It's not a necessary component, and it doesn't need to be in the game as universal as it can be applied with the Dragon format anyway. Then we've got True King. This could go either way. I'll be honest. A lot of people want this. I personally want this, because to me, I see the problem with True King not being as it exists, but I see the problem being as 2 or 3 of them exist. Because getting over one True King isn't necessarily impossible or not doable. It does suck, but that's kind of what New Yu-Gi-Oh! Is about, you know? A lot of these turn 1 boards that say you're not allowed to play Yu-Gi-Oh! You didn't stop me at the right point. And that last part is really important. You didn't stop me at the right point. You didn't draw any hand traps. You weren't able to interact on turn 1. Like, a big component of this game nowadays is that turn 1 board, and if you can kind of interact, Effect Veiler, Ash Blossom, some type of hand trap at the right point. So I think limiting True King solves all the problems everyone's upset about. No more double splash, no more 3 out in like a matter of 2 turns, or even just 2 out in 1 turn. We just get it to 1, we solve that problem. The Invoked engine, the next piece, gotta get hit somehow. Alistar, maybe it's Magical Meltdown. Don't really know, personally, but looking at all these cards and where I wanted to put them on this list, I felt like limiting the engine in some form or fashion is the best option to do here. Then we've got good old Drytrons. Ben 10, everybody's favorite ritual. Get to 1. What is this card? I played against Drytron for the first time the other night, and honestly, it blew my mind what this deck was able to do with Ben 10. Absolutely unreasonable. Card is crazy, crazy, crazy good. If they get access to their 1, they got access to their 1. But having multiple, I just can't even tell you how ridiculous that was. Halki Fibrax, all the tuners are pretty much gone. Maybe we can start bringing them back, because Halki Fibrax isn't as big as a problem. But while keeping it in check, we move it to 1. I don't know, this was on the list of cards, so I had to put it somewhere, and I think maybe putting Halki Fibrax at 1, just so that once you used your Halki Fibrax, you've used it. Same kind of like logic with the True King. If you can't use multiple, does it make it as strong? Dragoons. The Dragoon package. I think the Dragoon package needs to get hit too. Just a one. It's one of these three. Not all of them, of course, but one of these three has got to go to one. Something's got to give here with this engine. You're seeing it in a lot of rogue tier decks bolster them, so you can't kill it and get rid of it. But is something that's universal, like Eldritch or Sky Striker, good for the game, and Dragoon is becoming one of those next things. So, I don't know. I say we put one of these to one, solve that problem. And one of my favorite decks, Salaman Great. Please give us Mirage Stalio back, Konami. Let the deck make some moves. Let it do what it used to do. You know, I have the same logic with some other cards on here. I want to free up. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I want to free up some of these salad cards. We got some reactions in the chat right now. Yeah, I want to free up some of these salad cards because what is salad doing? Honestly. One of the two. We can't have all of them. But let's give Salad something. Let's give him Gazelle. Let's give him Circle. Let's give him Mirage Stalio. One of these three. Let's bolster the Salad deck. Let it compete again. You know, give it a little something. And to my point about VFD, it's like my logic here with Halka Firebrax and VFD is that if you used your one Halka Firebrax, you've used your one Halka Firebrax. If you only have access to one True King, you can't double spam the board. It's one True King. You didn't hit Virtual World enough. Like, I don't want to say you didn't hit it enough, but you didn't use a hand trap on it. You drew poorly. Like, after a certain point in the day, this card was not doing what it was doing 3, 6, 8, 9, 12 months ago. It's been around the whole time, and it's always been a card I've seen come up in Blue Eyes builds, or rank 9 builds that can make it, as a one-of, usually. And if the card was outable back then, why isn't it outable now? Because they're making 2. It's just kind of my logic here with this. Sky Striker also kind of goes to that same thing. They only get their 1. Who's going to be able to use it besides Sky Striker? You can get rid of Hornet Drones, get rid of that package. Just bring Sky Striker back to bolster that deck. A lot of these moves I want to do to bolster strategies. Lunalight Tiger, same thing. Orcust Heart Horror. Let's give some of these decks utility back to do things. Just so they're able to play the game again. Miscellaneousaurus and Fossil Dig, when I was looking at these list of cards, I put them in the same area because I do feel like one of them needs to go. They're both the searchers. So typically when you see Konami do stuff with searching materials or searching cards, they bring them to 1. I don't think both will go to 1, but I do think one of the two will be going to 1. Oh, yes, it is. Thank you so much to Monhouse for being here. I'm having a lot of fun doing this Banlist prediction. Thank you guys again for being here and checking out the channel. If you've made it this far into this Banlist video, you guys are absolutely phenomenal. I greatly thank each and every one of you. Let's go to the Malicious Zone. A lot of these cards I feel like could go to the Malicious Zone. There's only 2 cards in the semi-limited section right now. One of them is on this list, True King Return, and I say we free it. But, in the OCG, they have Eldland. But is it really Eldland? Everyone talks about Scarlet Sanguine being the problem. And I have very little familiarity with the Eldritch deck and the profile. But after playing against it and reading a lot of the cards and messing with it on my own with a couple variants, I do think that Sanguine is the more optimal card. I think hitting Eldland is still a proper hit, but Sanguine definitely does give the deck more power. So maybe both of them to 2, one of them to 1, one of them to 2. But something's going to give with the Eldritch engine, and one of these 2 cards is definitely the appropriate hit. Emergency Teleporter, it's getting hopefully a reprint soon. It's been a card that hasn't seen one for a while, and it's a little popular right now. That, and we have the Psychic strategy being in the game, so I think E-Tele to 3 or 2 might happen. Maybe it stays at 1. You know, maybe it stays at 1 or it just doesn't move, but I don't know. I'm really thinking E-Tele might go to the Malicious Zone. Same thing with the Hero Lives. Heroes haven't been doing much. Maybe it'll be if Heroes could do something crazy with 2 Hero Lives, let them do it for a format. Because honestly, what's the deck doing? It's not really doing much of anything. And my last in the Malicious Zone, we've got Called by the Grave. Why did you even limit this card in the first place? This is the out to most of the hand traps, if not all of them. There are a few it does not hit, but this is like the best out to saying, oh, you wanted to say I'm not allowed to search this so my turn is over? Well, good thing I drew Called by the Grave on turn 1. Boom, I lose a resource, you lose a resource. It's a fair trade. It's a fair card in my opinion. It does do some ridiculous shit outside of its traditional use. You can banish cards from the graveyard, stop their effects from happening. You can interact, set it as a trap, and use it. It's a great card. But one? Just one? No, bring this to 2, please. Do the Konami thing, bring it to 2, and then bring it back to 3 after you bring out Crossout Designator. Please. This card is a great card, and we need it in the game. It just, having it at 1 doesn't feel nice, and doesn't give rogue decks that much of a chance, honestly. Firewall Errata. I don't know about this. I gotta say, a lot of things about this Firewall Errata. I want to say they do it, but the errata hasn't come out yet. And we don't know what version we'll be getting other than the Ghost Rare. So is the errata version even going to be, like, what's the word for it? If the errata version is going to be so expensive that the only versions that are playable are going to be the ones that don't have the updated text and are technically broken as all hell, then why does this card even come off until the card is more accessible? You know? Like, you're going to have a piece of paper written with the new rule of the card at all times. Because if you're playing that old version and you mess up, or you do something in competitive play or at a locals that you weren't legally allowed to do, you just lose now because of that. More importantly, you're going to see a lot of trickery and tomfoolery and hand looping and just crazy shenanigans for a few months if this card is taken off without the errata being out, because now it's legal with its current text. I don't know about this. I think it gets freed up, but maybe they wait until the next ban list to do it. And as of the moment, the errata card is just a collector's item that you just can't play with, which is weird. I don't know how they do this. Do they timestamp it? Do they do different from Makura, where they release it off the ban list, and what they do is they say it's legal once its errata comes out, and it is not legal until that date? I don't know if they'd put an asterisk on this. Maybe they do, but I think that'd be the best route with Firewall. If they do release it, they give it a little asterisk where it's not legal until its errata reprint comes out. I've already talked about Salad, Maxi, free Maxi. Let's go. Everyone wants Maxi back. We've touched on True Kings a little bit, but just bring True Kings Return to 3. You know, if hypothetically they do ban VFD, like everyone wants and thinks, I just personally think this is the healthier choice for the game. But let's say it goes here, right? Boom. True King. Bring it to 3. Double Iris Magician. Same logic. Pendulums aren't doing anything. Let the Pen God do something. I want to see what the Pen God can do, and it would be awesome to see. I would love to see him top an event. It'd be great, you know, with a pendulum deck too. Not just top an event because we know he can do it. Just imagine him topping it with a pendulum deck. Pen God, baby. Let's go, Triff. DeLorean just got its errata as well. It's probably going to the Freedom pile. We just got a bunch of reprints in the structure deck, so I see that happening. A lot of the cards on here I am not going to go over. I'm going to be real. Some of them, like Colossus, you want to see a really cool video? Look up why Colossus should stay banned. Because this card is nuts. It comes back, it will never happen. I want it to happen, it'll never happen. It would be great if, no, it'll never happen. So, Colossus is gone permanently. Skill Drain, we're not going to see any changes on that. And Servant of Endymion, way too strong of a card. You're probably not going to see that go to the Malicious Zone or even the anywhere else. It's going to stay exactly where it is. Grass looks greener. Not happening. No fucking way. I'm not dealing with 60 card crazy shenanigan decks that are just gonna rip. Like, no. No. That would change everything. I don't know, maybe. Maybe. Mystic Minds, I say no change, but maybe it goes to 1. This is one that I've been flip-floppy a lot on when I was making this list. This card, by the way, I forget its name now. It's a fairy. It's a rank 4, needs 3 3 level 4 monsters to make. This is VFD on steroids, and this is banned. This stops you from doing anything until the turn after a turn. This is 1 turn. This is 2 turns of, like, you're not allowed to play Yu-Gi-Oh! This card, talk about messed up cards in the game. I didn't even know this card existed. This card is ridiculous. Reasoning, probably stay. Rat Pierre, Zodiacs. If they change this card, they break Zodiacs probably, so they'll probably leave Rat Pierre alone. I don't see it changing. Let's see. Electromite we did talk about in the beginning. Yada, I don't see Yada changing. This rank up card, no way that comes back. I read that too. That's absolutely ridiculous. I think for the most part, our no change list is pretty spot on. I don't see much on here that they could even consider besides the ones I have at the top that have been in a lot of conversations. But, yeah. That is my ban list prediction video. For everyone that made it this far, thank you guys so much. I am at 40 subs right now on YouTube. If you want to smash that sub button and the like button, help me get up there on the platform. I do greatly appreciate it. I stream all the time on Twitch. Wow, we got to the very end of the video and we made our first mistake. Fumbling, dropping the ball, letting it loose, intercepted. Absolutely almost phenomenal video that we had here. But thank you guys so much again from the bottom of my heart, and Supa out. Boom! Banlist prediction video done.